1st. At some point thereafter, Carrie Roberts conducted a formal interview with the police about this case, correct?
Do you have the report of that date?
We're sort of burying the lead. You did the interview in your living room, ma'am.
Something's gonna give, and I'm a little bit angry. Well, this ain't over. No, not here.
Because you didn't want to tell them that you had coordinated your statement with Carrie Roberts. Isn't that right?
You don't hold me, will not change it.
Carrie Roberts we've known for a very, very long time, right? And at the time, she didn't really know Jen McCabe or any of the McCabes or Alberts. And her testimony corroborated everything that Jen said.
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
Yeah, we just might feel good. I wanna push you around. Well, I will. Well, I will. I wanna push you down. Well, I will. Well, I will. I wanna take you for granted. Well, I wanna take you for granted. Yeah, I will.
Was that the same driveway that you had walked up from the street to the house in Dayton on that morning?
Yes, it is.
As far as the vehicle is concerned, what do you recognize that vehicle to be?
That would be the Lexus SUV owned by the defendant.
And we figured it out as soon as she left the house that day when she came over. We didn't talk to any investigators, state police, nobody. You know, my mother had said, do you think she has something to do with this? And I said, we're not going to think like that. Went outside to the driveway to look at her car, and her car was gone. It was a blizzard. I knew what the driving conditions were like coming from the hospital to Canton. And I knew that they were going back to Dayton, which was a much further drive. So we put it together pretty quickly. We didn't talk to any investigators, state police, nobody. Went outside to the driveway to look at her car.
She said, I don't know why you ever would lie to me. Like I'm a little untrusting when I think that the truth is gonna hurt you. And I don't know why you couldn't just stay with me. You couldn't stand to be near me when my face don't seem to wanna shine. Cause it's a little bit dirty, oh well. Well, don't just stand there, say nice things to me.
The people within this video, do you recognize any of the people within?
That'd be myself.
Starting with Miss Reed's vehicle, where is it in this video that you observed that?
I believe it's that one right there.
And your brother's vehicle?
Is back there.
And the vehicle you're referring to is your vehicle, where is it? And if you know, when about is this video depicting in relation to what you've described as the events of January 29th?
I mean, that would be in the morning coming back from the hospital.
I've been cheated, I've been wrong with you. You don't know me, well, I can't change. Well, I won't do anything at all. I wanna push you around.
Because I believe that's Carrie Roberts' car. She drove my father back from the hospital.
What if any other observations did you make, or what, if anything else, did you do with reference to that area of the vehicle?
Karen did point it out at one point in the driveway. She said, my taillight, look at my taillight.
Who was on the other end of the call?
Karen Reed.
Okay. So you answered the phone sometime right around 5 a.m. and can you describe to the jury sort of what the content of that conversation was?
I answered the phone and she said, John's dead. Carrie, Carrie, Carrie. And then she hung up.
Don't bowl me over. Just wait a minute. Well, I kind of fell apart. Things get so.
What, if any other observations did you make, or what, if anything else, did you do with reference to that area of the vehicle?
Karen did point it out at one point in the driveway. She said, my taillight, look at my taillight. And I looked at it and I said, you told me you don't remember anything from last night. She said, do you think I hit him? Do you think I hit him? And I said, no, I don't think you hit him. I think you probably hit something, but let's just go in the house and look for him.
Crazy, crazy, don't rush this, baby.
Do you think I hit him? Do you think I hit him? And I said, no, I don't think you hit him. I think you probably hit something, but let's just go in the house and look for him.
Don't rush this, baby.
There was one piece, like a rectangle encapsulated, like whatever was broken. I remember there was one piece of metal sort of sticking out. So if it was an encasement for a light of some sort, I remember looking at it and the piece was sort of sticking out and I thought someone's going to catch their sleeve on that. Or
Using the laser pointer in front of you, direct the jury's attention to where you observed damage that way.
that's where the metal piece I was describing was.
Using the laser pointer in front of you, direct the jury's attention to where you observed damage that way.
That's where the metal piece I was describing was.
Well, Carrie's a talker, so Carrie is an extremely blunt person, and she was giving personal feelings. She was going on and on and on, as she does.
We figured it out as soon as she left the house that day when she came over. My mother had said, do you think she had something to do with this? And I said, we're not going to think like that. Went outside to the driveway to look at her car, and her car was gone. We put it together pretty quickly.
I was thinking if you were lonely, maybe we.
Around 2:30 in the afternoon, I received a phone call from the Norfolk District Attorney's Office with the troopers assigned there, and they had stated that they were going to come to Dighton to retrieve a vehicle that was involved in a homicide.
And everyone here knows everyone here is thinking about somebody else. Well, it's best if
You wrote the word homicide. Is that right?
Yes,
You were describing to your sister the nature of the case that you are now assigned. Is that right?
correct.
She wrote the Canton thing is a homicide.
And you wrote, "Don't say a word to anyone," correct?
Correct.
And then she wrote, "Of course not." Isn't that right?
Yes.
And then you wrote what?
In the very least, it's suspicious.
In the very least, it's suspicious, correct?
Correct.
So at that time, at least at the time that you wrote that text on the 29th at 3:05 in the afternoon, you believed that the case was suspicious, right?
It was before we found significant pieces of evidence.
So you believed that it was suspicious that it may involve the Albans, right?
Absolutely not.
Me well, this ain't no good. In fact, it's phony as hell. Yeah, but things worked out just like you wanted to. If you see me out, you don't know me. Try to turn your head, try to give me some room.
Around 2:30 in the afternoon, I received a phone call from the Norfolk District Attorney's Office with the troopers assigned there, and they had stated that they were going to come to Dayton to retrieve a vehicle that was involved in a homicide.
They know. And it's best if we all keep this quiet instead. And I couldn't tell why everyone here was doing me like.
Your next text was, quote, "She is telling them everything,"
Yes.
end quote. Correct?
Yes.
A couple of seconds later, Nicole Albert responds, one word. What was her response?
Good.
But I'm sorry now, and I don't know how to get it back.